Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Okay, guys, continuing my journey to learn everything British. I love Tom Scott videos. 7 illegal things to do in a British election. Let's go. Original link, top description, Discord below that. Love to have you. Let's learn. Rule number 1, use political power to bribe voters. Prohibited by common law and legal precedent.
We are 6 weeks away from the UK general election, which means we are in purdah. Unless it's absolutely critical, the folks in charge, national or local, aren't allowed to announce any new policies, sign any big new contracts, or do anything official that could be seen as trying to use their power to unduly influence the election. Not that most of them will. Parliament has just been dissolved, so they can all go off and campaign. On that note...
I pressed stop recording instead of pause, my bad. Spend too much money, number 2. Prohibited by the Political Parties, Elections and Referendums Act 2000, maximum penalty £5,000 or invalidation of election.
Rules are complicated and depend on the size of the area you're campaigning in, but from now until election day, each individual candidate can spend no more than about £15,000 on all their campaigning. That's not just an advertising budget, that's on everything.
I like that.
Until election day, each individual candidate can spend no more than about £15,000 on all their campaigning. That's not just an advertising budget, that's on everything. Every penny has to be counted, tracked and invoiced, and if you go over, you can be disqualified even after the election.
Please bring this to the US. I hate it how you can just have deep pockets and how billionaires or something can just be like, yeah, I'll donate $1 billion, like Bloomberg, right? $1 billion. So I hate that. It's like, no, that's so good. I want that.
And all the scams and tricks you're currently thinking of to get around that, the law covers most of them, with a catch-all clause saying you must make an honest assessment. The political parties also have a limit on their national campaigning budget, which is about £20 million over the whole country. Sounds like a lot, but as a comparison, the last US election cost $6 billion. But keeping to that isn't as difficult as you might think, because...
Advertise on television prohibited. Number 3. Advertise on television prohibited by the Communications Act 2003. Maximum penalty, broadcaster fined 5% annual revenue, or removal of broadcast license.
The UK has never allowed political adverts on television. The parties are given a small amount of free airtime on major channels, but pretty much everyone switches off as soon as they hear the phrase, now a party election broadcast by... This year, though, the parties have realised that they can put attack ads on the internet instead, and then use their limited budget to target those ads only at people who live in marginal constituencies, swing states, for the Americans out there. If you live in one of those, you might even have seen one of those ads before this video. So, okay, the parties can't advertise on TV, but surely they've got the pundits on the news arguing for them, right?
Allow bias on TV news prohibited by the Communications Act 2003. Maximum penalty, broadcaster fined 5% annual revenue.
TV news must be, well, actually fair and balanced by law.
How do you do that?
Generally, the BBC gets an equal amount of complaints from all sides, and then they reckon they've done their job about right. Newspapers have no restriction like that, though, and the tabloids have been quite happy to use that influence in the past.
Granny farming prohibited by the Electoral Administration Act 2006.
Swear that's what it's called. Here's how the scam works. Go to a retirement home and by confidence, collusion or coercion get access to either the residents' postal votes or get nominated as their proxy voter so you can vote on their behalf. Amazingly, this has only been illegal since 2006.
Spoiler result, prohibited by the Representation of the People Act 1983. Maximum penalty, £5,000 or fine.
Have you spoiled a result? Well, postal votes are sometimes open for verification days before the polls have closed. There's no reason why not. It won't change the result. The votes are already cast, as long as they're still being kept secret and no one does anything ridiculous like, oh, I don't know, tweet what they've seen. Well done there, actual Member of Parliament. She deleted it quickly, admitted it, and was given an official police caution.
I wonder, I'm trying to see the harm in that one.
And finally,
is it that other people might go and vote because they... Wait.
delete it quick. Tweet what they've seen. Still being kept secret, and no one does anything ridiculous like, oh, I don't know, tweet what they've seen. Well done there.
So before all of the votes have been cast, people saying what they think it is that might make more people go and vote certain ways.
Actual member of parliament. She deleted it quickly, admitted it, and was given an official police caution. And finally, everyone who...
Wait, I thought number 6...
influencing how the scam works. Go to residents off. Amazingly,
Why didn't she get the fine or in prison?
as long as you. Well done, caution. And finally,
Not take your posters down afterwards. Prohibited by the Town and Country Planning Control of Advertisements Regulations, 2007 maximum penalty, £2,500 plus $250 per day of it being held up.
everyone who stuck posters up or put some temporary sign up in their garden, they have to make sure they're taken down within 2 weeks. If it's anything like last time, we may not even have a government in there by then, but at least those of us who live away from Westminster won't be constantly reminded of it.
Why? That last one, why? Just because people don't want to be reminded of it? That's a bit strange. Some of those were very reasonable. I love the cap on money spending in a campaign. Love it. I love how, I mean, we don't really have a BBC over here, right? They're more kind of state-sponsored, so I get the restrictions there. But I hate the news over here. I hate it. All of them. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. I hate them. And many, many others. All of the newspapers, Washington Post, New York Post, I'll say conservative and liberal newspapers to show I'm not trying to pick a certain side, but I hate how much U.S. elections can be influenced by a ton of money and of just having certain broadcasters just like be your publicity wing of your campaign. I hate that. I don't understand the if I want to keep my political sign up in my yard, I can't do that. Really interesting, guys. Hope you can answer any of the questions I had. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.